Is everybody in? Is everybody in? The ceremony is about to begin. Checking in. Bayou Broadcast. Shooping Bayou. Came all the way from New Orleans back to Lake Charles. Broadcasting again. Had some things come up. Couldn't broadcast. Broadcasting again. We'll try this again. Third time's a charm. Got a lot of music in production. That's what's check in. Also have a very busy schedule with the kids and whatnot. So it'll get done when it gets done, but there's a lot already done. And new albums, old albums, new old albums, side project albums, interviews with musicians in this area. I need to drop the Discord link in just in case anyone wants to drop in. And go ahead and join the server so that it's easier to communicate. There are some. I'm booking. If you need, doesn't matter where, doesn't matter in the world. I'm booking for speaking arrangements. I'm booking for musical performances. And whatever, inspirational talks. I'm not averse to going to churches, considering my history. So, there's sort of a caveat there that, whatever church might want to hire me to go speak, that I will be talking about behavior, information, thought, and emotional control. And if that happens to be going on in your congregation, you might not want to book me. So, also, I'm open to booking production stuff, studio time. If you're a musician, doesn't matter where you are. We have an entire network here. If you want to get in the studio, I know some really great producers and musical talent and writers and publishers and all that. So feel free to reach out. Contact.deltagoldmedia at gmail.com. Type that in the chat. Contact.deltagoldmedia at gmail.com. And you can send me music. If you want to release music for broadcast, I have a release that you can sign and get you in the early, early access, because I'm still curating much of the music that was on the Spotify 24-hour broadcast that is no longer online because we canceled our Spotify subscription. I don't want to get political about it. It's not really political. I don't agree with how Spotify has done their business, so I have the right as a consumer to boycott it. I did it with Apple for the better part of 25 years. And I no longer boycott Apple, but at the same time, if you boycott something that long, you just don't buy their stuff anymore. So I haven't had the urge to buy any Apple products. Music. Well, I'm going to share a screen here of the previous broadcasts of on YouTube. You can access all of these on Rumble as well. But here we are. The Delta Gold Media YouTube. It's at Delta Gold, capital Y, capital T. I don't think the capitalization matters really when you're adding or mentioning or looking up. So Delta Gold YT, Delta Gold YouTube, and go to the Facebook link and click that too if you are so inclined. There's 53 broadcasts, so I was just short of 52 last year. But a high noon, I used. Hey, Whitney, what's up? What's up? Hey, it's good to see you. Nice to see you. I'm back. Is that pinky waving like this? Or like, I don't know. Yeah, so there's, let's see, let's count. 39 broadcasts. These are all regional artists and then some international artists and then some artists that are domestic. So, yeah, it's good to see you too, Whitney, for real. For real, for real. Like, I really, I didn't want to have to stop broadcasting, but, you know, had to. So, but the good news is that things are going well. Things are going much better in general. So, that's good. That's very good. It has nothing to do with me, really, but things are going good, so that's good. KFUK Radio, high noon, 2 hours usually. Sometimes I'd go over. There's a lot there. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Rumble. You can also find my, I guess you would call, public service work on Rumble under In Theta. Where is it? Let's use the dirty word. There it is. Okay, so here is the syndicated link. I thought I had lost everything because I had to put my channel in sleep mode or whatever, and when I went back to it, it was gone. It was all gone. So, luckily, the syndication feature on Rumble worked. So, all of my videos, all the way back to the first one 10 years ago, are syndicated. And I also have, I thought ahead of myself. So, I downloaded everything. This is more check-in stuff still. I downloaded everything that was on my channel just in case before I put it to sleep. Because, well, look what happened. It's all gone. So I'll re-upload it to a different channel that I had created, again, thinking ahead of myself, and I forgot that I did all this. I can re-upload all of that stuff. So, if anyone knows that history and wants to book me to go speak about it, uh, that's totally fine. Uh, you can email me at contact.deltagoldmedia@gmail.com. So, yeah, Whitney, I looked when I went to recover everything. I had to chat GPT this shit because the normal method to do so, it was like, where is it? It's telling me to create a new channel. What the hell? And so I had to use Chat GPT. I'm like, where could it be? What other options do I have? Because there's a lot of stuff here, man. And I haven't re-uploaded it all to the new, or not the new, the channel that I created that I forgot about. But uh, that's all of this is downloaded already on my computer, so it's been like triple backed up essentially. So that's for those that need that, it's there. Um, if I'm being honest, looking at it, and watching that kind of stuff, it's like, oh, online therapy. I should be just keeping that to myself. But I do know that it has helped people. So it's like, half empty, half full. Uh, I tend to be optimistic and hopeful and what's the word? I don't know. Indignant. I feel like there's some righteous indignance in doing making public service announcements such as I've done in the past. Um, it has created problems, but I think that those problems are pretty minimal considering the feedback and the reciprocation and interaction between people, or just people contacting me, thanking me for talking about it. So uh, I feel like it's worth it. I feel like there's some topics and things that that I discussed that because I've been out for so long of that organization, it's not immediately apparent for those that are recently out to think about. So I think it has value. It remains on Rumble for now, and we'll be back on YouTube shortly whenever I step away from my computer for more than a couple hours, which maybe, I don't know when. Because music. Whitney, you're going to hate this. I'm using Suno. Do you want to know why? Or do you want to give me a reason I shouldn't before I explain why? I'm kind of joking, but not really. This is interactive now. I'll wait. It's really good to see your little text on the screen. Okay, so you know nothing about Suno, so let me explain briefly. I am using demos that I have recorded in a studio with instruments that either I have played or my bandmates have played, and the new version, uh, it follows my arrangements. Yeah, it is fucking crazy. It's amazing. If you want to hear something that I wrote that's not finished yet, it's got the AI voice singing, okay? But the arrangements is what I was wanting to test. Uh, the new version came out. I don't use Pro Tools anymore. I asked Cynthia, hey, can I try this shit out, see if it would be useful? And she's like, yeah. Of course, support me in every way. Um, so I did, and I started uploading stuff, and I was just blown away because my arrangements are preserved. So what I can do with some of the instrumentation is export it, and not to say that I'm just going to use Suno instrumentation, but I can use that. I can export the stems separately and start replacing them with actual performances. And in cases where I don't need, like the performance that it gave is decent enough or I like it, I can keep it. But it expedites production and mixing. Like I'll tell you, so I did about 8 to 10 hours worth of work in 2 hours. So what this means is more music sooner, and not just my new album, but an old album that I did that never got released, an old Cortez Del Mar album uh, that has never been released, their second release. Uh, just a whole bunch of songs that don't have a place yet, but putting them in there and hearing my arrangement, I can make adjustments. Uh, and that's the time saving part. So now, the thing that I worry about, and you probably think about too, is when you upload and the EULA and like what are the conditions and terms and blah da 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 da. But this is why I read all of this stuff. This is why I'm okay using it, because I plan on replacing everything. It's my arrangements. I will put them, I can sit down with a guitar, play my arrangement, get a full band arrangement that pretty much sounds like I want, export the stems into my workstation, then replace those parts with the players that I want. And in that situation, if I do it that way, I retain full ownership of all of it. They can go screw themselves if they're trying to train their AI for my particular brand or style or persona, style of music. If they try to slap me with a copyright claim because it's, well, you used our prompt to make that, so we're going to claim some of that. No, 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 no. These are my arrangements. So, do you want to hear something? Are you scared to hear it? I was, because it didn't suck as bad as I thought it was gonna. This was all like an experiment to me. I got a song that I did yesterday called One Day, and I've been working on it for a while, since like 2022. And I finally, I think I finished mostly, it's like 99% done. So I just recorded it with acoustic and sang it and prompted it. And let me make sure the volume's up on the right channel here. And this is a version of a song called One Day. And it's not released. And I don't think it's going to end up on the next record. So, probably be one of the few places you can hear it. Does that sound alright? Just imagine me singing it.
If you're high, if you're low, here to let you know I will give you all the time to straighten out your crooked mind. Do you know what I mean? Every day another scene. Turn off the light. Turn away from fear. One day is here. I will walk, I will hold. Things are better when the wounds close. I've spent a lot of time to straighten out my crooked mind. Oh, you know what I mean. Every day a different thing. Turn off the light. Turn away from fear. One day is here. One day is here. Oh, one day is here. One day is here.
Oops, I cut it off at the end. I was refreshing. My bad. It's helped some other projects. It's helped a lot of projects. Like, my brother Travis has been sending me drum tracks, just raw drum tracks, and I've put them into my workstation, and we've been making some funk music. Same concept that I explained before. Create the cover, get the arrangement right, import the stems, and put the players in there. So, but this is a, where is it? I feel like I want to hear some human music. I mean, it's good. It really is good for drafting, for arrangements, and also for the band, because I can bring it to the band and be like, "Look, this is what's in my head," and they can interpret it however they want and perform it the way they're gonna. But at least that first impression is the impression, you know. Here, this is one you'll remember from K-Fuck, Whitney. Some Pink Noise. It's Thursday, so just some good high energy music. Get ready for the weekend.
plastic mask. He's yelling into a radio. Cause he's been searching all over for you through the saddest smile.
Radio Maria. That song is about, you've heard this story already, about that crazy dude that would do the religious program on AM radio till, like late at night. They'd run it to catch all the sinners. Think about God. What are you doing out at 1 or 2 in the morning? Having fornicating, doing pot. So, yeah. Man, Whitney, I really am glad you're here. It means a lot to me when y'all, come and visit. Amy Jean came, I think, on the first one or the second one, and yeah, I just I don't have a whole lot more to say about the other topic. Um, and I mean, I can say plenty, right? You've heard me talk about all that crap, and it's interesting, right? But I feel like the people that were every Monday, when we were doing the Monday broadcast, everyone knows what happened. Everyone knows what's going on with all that. But I think that it would be important to like do more outreach. So that's why I'm like, saying I'm willing to go book a talk, speaking engagement, whatever you want to call it, for people who don't watch or didn't and are still unaware. Because here in Louisiana, we have Medicaid coverage for some of these programs that institution offers. So I feel like it's still important to educate the public on the matter. Uh, but I've got so much, like I have been planning for years to, and collecting music and working with artists for years to do publishing. And yeah, I always keep up with technology. And right now, have at my fingertips in concert with all of the people and the networking and the actual people work that I've done, and people that I know. Not everyone is into tech. A lot of engineers and producers, they don't. They stay in their wheelhouse. So, um, and because I've never committed to a major studio or tried to get a job permanently anywhere as an engineer, I'm an independent guy. I've had the luxury of being able to explore the technology more so than others that are working every day on, church music, or because that's what you end up doing at a studio. You end up doing like 90% church music or rap, um, and the occasional rock bands. I mean, I'm not saying they don't make up a substantial portion, but what does make up a substantial portion is churches, church music, um, tribute stuff, um, and then the less so rock bands and orchestral stuff for movies and stuff like that. So I'm sitting on decades of music that can be realistically put out. And since Spotify is no longer receiving my support, there's it's put me in I guess me and all the other artists in a different position. And that position is that there's there might be only one place you can get this stuff direct from the label or associated affiliated labels, because we have a lot of those. So it's kind of like a multi-catalog deal. Everyone has their own brand they're repping. Uh, we got a really strong partner in Las Vegas, Stereo Sound Records, and another really strong partner in Germany, Prophecy Records. Um, I'd say we have some kind of relationship with Fat Possum Records, but I actually don't know anybody there anymore. I used to know one of the guys, but yeah, Whitney. I have heard recently it is difficult for musicians to find trustworthy people to work with. Music theft is a real issue. It's been an issue. I mean, 20 years ago when I was in Nashville, 25 years ago, wow. I had a friend who went to and subscribed to and paid for all these writing classes, like for songwriters. All these were places for the inner circle of Music Row, the writers. They'd show up at the Bluebird Cafe. That was one of the places. Another place was down on Music Row. And this guy's song showed up on the radio a week later. I mean, yeah, music theft is a big deal. It's been a big deal, or not a yeah. Because I mean, that was probably. I mean, this guy had 7 kids. That one song, it was um, she's hazardous, dangerous, da 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 da, and da 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 da, whatever it was. But some major artist picked it up. Hey, Bach, what's up? You made it. Yeah. I think I need to change the opacity on the chat there. Let's see. EGM chat. Filters. Opacity. Is that working? Yeah, it's a little better. Um yeah, and then it gets just it's always been an issue. Agree. Stolen demos, etc. At least since the early '90s. Um, yeah, it gets weird too because you got artists like Richard Ashcroft. You familiar with Richard Ashcroft? Either one of y'all? Um, he was in a band called The Verve, and I mean, this is one of those cases that, unfortunately, like, yeah, it was unfortunate because they took like a 1.5 second sample of some strings from You Can't Always Get What You Want and resampled it. And the Rolling Stones, uh, yeah, I love Richard Ashcroft. Lyrics, vocals. I mean, not everything he does is spectacular, but it's honest and authentic, and that's what I really love about it. And then when he hits something, it's like he just hits it right on the head sometimes. Kind of like, oh, there's a country artist I like that too. Um, Jason, is it Jason? Um, I knew him back in Nashville. He was in a band called The Green. Well, I've been working here. Monday it'll be a year. And I can't recall a time that I didn't want to disappear. But I keep on showing up, helping on growing up. If it takes a lifetime. Jason, no, it might not be Jason. His backup band, see if I can think of that. His backup band, no. Well, he had a benzo problem. He got clean. He went super Jesus-y, and he's still good. But like what I'm saying is that some of the songs hit so hard, you know, because it's authentic. And same with Richard Ashcroft. Um, but with the country guy, you know, in Nashville, it's a very common practice to just shop songs and be like, I want to sing that. In a way, it's not too different than it's just that now everyone has access to this capability. Uh, in the past, you could be a Who's It in Nashville and go through a list of songs and be like, I want to hear this song in this style, in blah, 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 and get it back within a day or a couple days, a week, whatever. Studios will be like, you know, they call people up. We need a jazz guy, we need a reggae guy, whatever. We want to hear this song in a version that represents this style. And they get it. And then they're like, nah, wasn't what I thought. Or they get it and they're like, yes, that's what I want. And then they just track their vocals over it. So really, uh, if you do this the way that I am doing it, which I think is sort of, you know, very precautionary, get the stems, you know, get them in a session, figure out what you can replace. Um, it's kind of like having that ability that they had 25 years ago that none of us had. Uh, and so the music business and entertainment business is gone through a very rapid change recently. Um, and I need to click that button. Um, because the purpose of this uh, channel broadcast is to promote on a very independent, in a very independent way, all of the artists from this region and all of our affiliate artists from all over the world. And I don't see anyone else in our network doing this, because they probably don't know how to set up all this OBS crap and have a automated board to control the broadcast. Essentially, set up a radio station or a podcast, station in your house. This is a bit more than a podcast deal studio. Um, this would be like the engineers section of a podcast. So, yeah, if I was able to move this into a bigger space, I could set up multiple cameras, whatever, at performances. But and that's all stuff I'd love to do. Um, but the purpose is to fund the arts and the humanities and fund an independent movement label, whatever you want to call it, because it's I've spent probably 30 years cultivating, regardless of my history and my past, that didn't stop me from music. It was a big part of how I got out of the other thing, the Scientology. So, yeah, it's sort of like harvest time. There's been a lot of sowing, Sowing, and keep the creative in music. Yeah. Bach, you been okay? Really good to see familiars. Yeah, I know how the algorithms and shit. They're like, okay, well, you gotta be broadcasting for X amount of time before we start showing this stuff to people again. But it is what it is. I actually feel really pretty good about all of the past things I've done. But, they are controversial. It's a controversial issue. And I'm trying not to subvert my own pursuit of happiness or whatever. Trying to help musicians that I know that, deserve some limelight. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. And there's some that are getting it now. I had two guys from Lake Charles that played at the Brian Moore benefit when he passed away. He was a legendary bassist here in the area, the region. And two of the guys that were in the house band, where all of us that were close with Brian would go up on stage and play. Those guys played at Madison Square Garden last night, and they've been playing all over the country and the world. Japan, Red Rock, I mean, everywhere. Chicago, Budokan. It's amazing to see. And you know, that that kind of talent exists here and everywhere, but there's a certain eh, certain little something about southern Louisiana, southeast Texas. There's a as you zoom in and into the culture here, because it's a gumbo culture. It's every every kind of people came here and had kids. So it's interesting. I think it affects the music. Um, we've got German influence, Spanish influence, Western influence, blues, obviously, jazz, and this is all part of our culture. But oddly, in a lot of the cities here in southern Louisiana, all they really want to hear is what's on the radio. So, it's funny to me that, like, my mentors used to tell me, my music attorney mentors would tell me, you just, as hard as it is for you, because I was younger, I was like in my 20s, they're like, you need to go overseas. Um, and I'm like, why? Because I was used to touring in the United States, South Central, and I was willing to do more of it. They're like, yeah, you can do all that you want, and you can sell as much merch here as you want, but if you really want to make an impression on bigger markets, you're going to need to go to Europe, and you need to go to specifically Germany. Germany has had the biggest independent music market, and you know the UK also has a huge interest in Southern music for some reason. They like blue, they love blues and Dixieland, and it's like, um, oh, what's that word that I'm looking for? Uh, oh, rustic. Yeah, rustic. Rustic Americans growing up, and I mean, I think everyone knows that the southern part of the United States, uh, to the rest of the world, is like they're like, oh, a bunch of races, a bunch of the tortured artist idea is much more in the stereotype is like applicable here. And it is because when you start playing original music in Southwest Louisiana here in Bayou, I'm right by Shoe Peak Bayou. Yeah, they want to hear, hot blooded. They want to hear Josie's on a vacation far away. They want to hear the latest Chris Stapleton. They want to hear all that stuff because they're in a grind mode. Most of them work in the plants, petrochemical industries, or some industry adjacent to. And this is also a military strategic indexed area. So the city itself puts a cap, really. It's like, no more than this. If you start getting too big in the festivals and stuff, they're like, no, 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 no. We'll break out the armored personnel carriers and the tanks and shit because they have it. That's a good way of putting it, Whitney. Blow off steam music. I used to really just hate playing cover gigs because, I see these people and they're sacrificing their health, and then while they're at work, and then when they get off, then they're self-medicating with alcohol and whatever else, and that's not good for their health. But the music is so powerful that it makes them forget, and the music they want to hear, I understand why they want to hear it because it makes them feel better. But there's only so many times musician wants to play Mustang Sally, you know, some musicians are happy to do that. They enjoy that whole thing. But what I don't like is whenever I'm performing and people are saying, "I love your music," and it's not my music. Um, so, and then there's the you know the classic bar drunks. Hey, I can play. You can't play that. I can play it. I'll play it. You gonna let me play Simple Man? I know how to play it. And many cases, there's people who do. You know, you got a guy who's got a guitar at home, and he knows how to. He learned how to play Simple Man. Um, yeah, playing for pay or playing for joy. Why can't it be both? That's what I'm trying to do. That's what all my friends are trying to do, and that's what some of my friends do. So, uh, having yeah, an outlet, broadcast, whatnot, it's the best I can do right now because I was hoping the 24-hour broadcast would kind of locally trend. Not, I wasn't expecting like massive stuff, but at least trend a little bit locally while it was up. Because I had a bad feeling because after 9 months it generated $2.10, and I have agreements with these other labels uh, to pay them their share. It's pretty silly for me to, and that's the labels. I also have to pay the artists. $2.10 or 20 cents, $2.20 divided by 100 artists, divided by, hey Lisa, all of the labels and their share, which is usually 15%. Like, we're talking fractions of a cent that I'd be mailing people. Uh, the paper and the mailing would cost more than the what the artists would get. Like, it would just be costing money. So, uh, yeah, looking out for or looking for support for independent labels, artists, musicians right now, and putting out, being present, having a presence on social media, no matter how small we are, which we're not that small. Um, it's just that I don't uh, promote. I don't promote artists that I'm not authorized to promote, and but I have affiliations of some major artists, and all of those other labels that are affiliated and willing to work with us are kind of in the same, like, we're all sort of in the same lane. Like, we kind of feel the same way about the music industry, that it's complete. I mean, it's been done. It's been destroyed. It's utterly in ashes and smoking and ruin. Whatever's left is just grifters. And so we're left to do it ourselves again. You know. So I'm cool with that. I'm probably not the best person to, represent or rep on air. Like, I could, there could be a better talking head than me. Um, really good to see you two here, Lisa. Oh man, I'm getting, the. Oh, I've been emotional lately, so it's like seeing y'all again. This is like a reunion a little bit. There's three of y'all in here now, and I love y'all very much. You guys have been around for a while, for a long time, and I appreciate your support. and all the damn listening that you've done, uh, and emotional support, financial support. Like, it's never would have dreamed, you know, that this kind of thing it could happen. You know, we're not strangers, but we've never met. Yeah, Bach, it's amazing. It's freaking amazing. I don't know if I look better, but and I have my day. We all have our days, and being a dad will make you crazy. But things are improving drastically, and it is high time. High time. I wish I could say more, but here, how about this? And we still have the old in Theta Discord. If you want to contact me or chat or whatever, we can visit. But also for some of the musicians and just hanging out in the green room. If anyone ever wants to talk after a broadcast or whatever, there's the Discord. Or if you want to hop in and talk about music, it's pretty. What's the word? So it's a simple layout in that Discord. There's only like one, two, three, four, five channels. So feel free to join that if you want. I'm gonna play something and then let's see what I got here. Closing. I'm gonna play. What am I gonna play here? Any requests? I I feel like I might should play one of the covers of Going Clear, but I do need to let you know that it's that this is not how it's going to. I think I would only Discord with y'all. Yeah, well, hop in and ignore everyone else. I'm with you, man. Even my gaming community, like, what's funny is we'll join the channel in our gaming Discord, and we'll just sit there like we're sitting on the couch, like friends hanging out, like bachelor style. We don't even hardly talk anymore. We're just hanging out. Um, but yeah, Going Clear. That was a song I wrote years ago, and where is it? A search. Going Clear. Okay. I'm not sure which one it is. Let me see. I'm gonna start one and make sure it's the right one. If it's not, I'll click the other one. It's punk rock. I made it punk rock just to see. And Going Clear's arrangement is not like this at all. I just figured it'd be fun for y'all to hear a version of it, of this particular song, since y'all are, OGs. Ignoring everyone else and becoming a superpower of mine. Lots of people are. Yeah, you know what? Turn away. Bach buddy, you know your friends when you can enjoy yourself hanging out even in silence. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. This is the original. A lot of kick in there, a lot of kick drum. But that's sort of the it's like a more like a blues, type feel. And I corrected the lyrics because I got some of those wrong, but or I think I corrected them all. It might have hallucinated something different. I'll play this, and then I'll play the fancy Delta Gold Media outro, and maybe say something Trump-like about Delta Gold Media because I think that's fucking hilarious. You know. Um, fucking Trump. Okay, going clear.
Desperate, graded, ego and
Yeah, that's not the one. This is it. Punk rock.
desperate, graded, ego inflated mind. Looking for something to eat up your money and time. I see you can't keep your head up with your spine. Sign on the line and we'll give you some pockets to mine. And I can't say what keeps us here. No, I can't say what keeps us here. No, I won't say why we're still here. Crippling fear. What do I believe? What am I supposed to believe? Nothing but time. Nothing comes to my mind. One day, someday, it'll all be clear. Get the hell out of here. Living together is better than living the life. Wish I could save all the souls of the people outside. I'm no good to you if I can't see with my own two eyes. Walking in circles, blinded, leading the blind. Well, I can't say what keeps us here. No, I can't say what keeps us here. No, I won't say why we're still here.
All right, guys. I am going to go get the kiddos. Y'all have a good rest of your day. And see you next time on the Bayou Broadcast.